Hello everybody, this is Jinboy752, aka the player that loves Ayumu Setsuna and Riko in Love Live All-Stars, and today I will be reading my card breakdown featuring Festival URs, Your Summer Chika, and Fluffy-Wuffy Shizu-Bear Shizuku, which their scouting banner will be available until my birthday, or September 13 afternoon by the time you are watching this video. I will only read the basic info, my thoughts on the cards, and then the verdict. Let's start off with the first festival UR, Pure Summer Chika. Being a cool skill card, she will start off from base limit increases at 6,846 base appeal, 3,699 base stamina, and 7,960 base technique with a critical rate of 38.88%. Her 5th limit stats will end up at 12,264 base appeal, 6,630 base stamina, and 14,252 base technique with a critical rate of 57.75%. Chika's skill is an SP filler, filling SP gauge from 10 to 12% at 11% chance. Her passive skill is a Heal Plus, affecting cool cards from 4 to 5.2%. For active ability, its skill activation up, affecting her own rate by 20% during ACs. Okay, before we get into the costume preview, I will have to say that this is the first time that a Festival UR card is now getting the treatment of getting the 11% chance skill activation rate. This is not the first time that URs are getting the 11% chance. This is because of the Tropical Vacation set that had 11% chance. This Festival UR will not be using that skill quite often. If you do use her during skill activation SPACs, this will benefit though, but what it only does is that Chika will only revert her skill activation rate from 11 to 31% during ACs. So outside of ACs, I do not think this card will be pretty useful. This bottoms up the 11% chance right now on festival cards, and I do hope that party cards won't have this treatment, because the 11% chance is kind of a pain when it comes to executing powerful skills at a 1/3 rate. So you get a choice of either you want to use her on PCs that uses SPACs, you can use her, but her skill type doesn't benefit much. So she's only useful if you're going to use her on skill activation on appeal chances that requires you to get a number of skill activation chances or fill up the SP voltage. So Pure Summer Chika has two recolors, white and yellow. So this is what she looks like in costume preview. And I'm too glad that Chika is getting like beautiful, elegant dress. What kind of tingles me about this is because the dress that she's wearing is a mix of sailor uniform alongside the midsummer hat. Then there are two sides of her skirt. Well, one of them is a school uniform, or actually a sail uniform, and then the other one looks like an elegant summer dress. They kind of got that inspiration from Setsuna's dive costume, but nah, I think she looks beautiful. But the design of her mixing both sailor and summer sundress in a single outfit makes me wonder if there's going to be like a trend where they can have split personalities. But other than that, this looks beautiful. Now, the reason why I put Shizuku at the start of the song is because her second festival UR is the Fluffy-Wuffy Shizu-Bear Shizuku. I'm not kidding. Look at the name of the card. My gosh, it looks so beautiful and very beautiful. Being an elegant voltage card, she will start off from base limit increases at 8,208 base appeal, 3,465 base stamina, and 6,566 base technique with a critical rate of 19.69%. Her 5th limit stats will end up at 14,688 base appeal, 6,201 base stamina, and 11,750 base technique with a critical rate of 35.25%. Shizuku's skill is a voltage gainer, gaining voltage from her notes from 30 to 42% at 33% chance. Her passive skill is an Appeal Plus, affecting herself from 11 to 15%. Her active ability is Critical Power Up or Critical Hit Buffer, increasing voltage gain from her own critical notes by 20% during appeal chances. Oh yeah. Alright, so I do have to note this skill set pretty unique. Not say that I actually done this in a recorded video, but I do think her skill set is pretty useful. The problem is that you have to power up that her Appeal Plus benefits herself instead of save attribute. So she's pretty good on frontlining. You can use her on frontline because base appeal is her strongest stat. Her second strongest was technique. I do have to note that the reason why technique stat was high is because her active ability is critical hit buffer. So if you're gonna use her on appeal chances that has very high voltage requirement, her live show ability will be useful. But you do have to use her. You have to be careful. You have to use her. Maybe you can back her up with other elegant cards that can raise appeal plus, not just herself, but on the same strategy. I do have to recall. I think Thrilling One Way Expert has very high voltage requirements, but the stage effect has non-aqua debuff. So I don't think I'll recommend that. But if you're gonna use her, I recommend using her on elegant songs where it has very high voltage requirements. So do keep an eye on that when it comes. If there's going to be another elegant song that requires high voltage requirements. Before we move on to the costume preview, she has two colors for this costume, purple and yellow. So this is what she looks like in costume preview, and nice purple. By the way, Shizuku and Kanata shippers be like this, but look at this bear costume. Do I even have to look at her gradient hairstyle? Twin tails, well, a bit lower. I do like the mystic style that they're going for the purple and teal options. I wonder what she's gonna look like if she's gonna have her yellow recolor. Other than that, I do love this one. Even the bear ear headphone, that makes her more immersed on being like cute bear girl. That's why I put her at the start of the song with exciting animal costume, because of her persona animal is a bear. So dang, I really love this costume, but I wish I would have got her during scouting. Alright, so the first S-star that you can scout during this banner is Mijuku Dreamer Dia. Being a Smile Voltage card, she will start off from base limit increases at 4,462 base appeal, 3,049 base stamina, and 4,227 base technique, with a critical rate of 12.68%. Her fifth limit stats will end up at 7,595 base appeal, 5,195 base stamina, and 7,195 base technique, with a critical rate of 21.58%. Dia's skill is gaining voltage from her notes from 25% to 37% of her own appeal. Her passive ability is Appeal Plus, affecting voltage cards by increasing base appeal from 3 to 4.2%. Her active ability is Voltage Gain Buffer, increasing voltage gain by 2%, affecting Smile cards at the start of a song by 30% chance. Okay, right off the bat, this card reminded me that I was using Kimi no Kokoro wa Kagayai Terukai Daya, except she has a different passive, but her primary skill is different. The only comparison to that card was voltage gain up. So what basically does is more of an enhancement to Kimi no Kokoro Daya, if you haven't got her yet, except she has a different attribute. And I do think that her Appeal Plus type will be useful as a backliner if you have voltage cards on the front line so that you can score up points. I do think that this will be useful for DLP and a little bit of SBL if you want to just increase increase base appeal for your frontline cards. Just getting a little small chance to get voltage awards. So this is what she looks like wearing the Mijuku Dreamer costume. Small details is that her hairstyle actually hides her earrings. That is pretty useful. That is pretty neat. The texture level is already low, understandable because it's already mobile optimized. The frills around her skirt are not even that solid. It's just in a flat airplane. But I do see a little bit of polys, a little bit of extra polys from her costume. But other than that, this Mijuku Dreamer costume looks beautiful. The second scouting SR for this festival banner is Angelic Angel Hanayo. Being a natural SP card, she will start off from base limit increases at 4,227 base appeal, 3,049 base stamina, and 4,462 base technique, with a critical rate of 28.38%. Her fifth limit stats will end up at 7,195 base appeal, 5,195 base stamina, and base technique of 7,595 with a critical rate of 37.78%. Hanayo's skill is SP Gauge Gainer, increasing SP Gauge fill rate by 6.4 to 7.6%, affecting her strategy for 3 notes. Hanayo's passive skill is Technique Plus, benefiting herself from 5 to 7% of her own technique. Her active ability is Technique-based healing, restoring stamina by 6% of her own technique when using SP Burst at 50% chance. I do have to excuse myself, but look at this stat distribution. 7,195 on appeal and 5,195 base stamina. This looks a bit suspicious if you get a look at Mijuku Dreamer Dia stats, but the difference between appeal and technique is not that much, by about 400. That this Hanayo card would be useful for stamina-based healing. You get like basically a cheaper SR version of Noble Princess Riko, where what she does is that she can heal up, she can restore stamina on SP burst. This one's a cheaper card, the cheaper SR version. I do love that. They're adding in this card, the same skill set similar to Riko, but well, that's the only charm for this card. This is what she looks like wearing the Angelic Angel costume. Now, what I love about this costume is that the flower designs around her, as well as her hairpin. I do have to note why they chose to use orange on her Angelic Angel costume instead of green. But I guess I wouldn't mind. The accuracy between this and School Idol Festival arcade game, it's still a bit low decent, but it's pretty good actually. Oh, I do have to note on the Angelic Angel set, Hanayo is one of the few cards that have the stage taking place outside New York City at daytime. Angelic Angel has 2 stages, the daytime at Central Park and the other one at Times Square at night. So this will add variant to the entire set, not just making them a bit more to them. Oh, are we gonna have the same background? Well, no. Well, this card is pretty. This card finally makes a difference for this Muse set. Now, what I think about this festival scouting, pure Summer Chika is very useful on SP voltage ACs because depending on the situation, her skill activation rate will increase by 3 times at about 31% chance if you're going to use her SP fill skill. Outside of ACs, however, I don't recommend using her. So if you're going to use her on songs that required SP voltage ACs, that's where she'll get into the party. As for Shizuku, she is useful for frontline cards, especially her critical power will increase during ACs. Outside of ACs, I recommend having her back up with another elegant voltage card, which might be useful outside ACs, just in case her critical power does not does not work very much. For Dia, Mijuku Dreamer Dia is not much of a card to write home about, rather than costume collection for Mijuku Dreamer. Not even her voltage gain up is a bit useful for smile cards. As for Hanayo, Angelic Angel Hanayo, useful, cheaper variant SR card version of Noble Princess Riko. So I do recommend scouting for her if you want to get some cheap heals during upon using SP burst. So that's all for this video. If you like what you hear in the video, give it a like and comment. If you'd like to see more videos, subscribe to my channel and ring the bell for notifications. Watch me play games every Saturday on YouTube at 21 Philippine Standard Time and Sunday at 20:30 Philippine Standard Time. I'm also at Twitch at an irregular basis. Links to my socials are in the video description below, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye! See you soon!